Hello and welcome to Let's Play Endless Space 2. This is Series 7, Episode 66. I'm JC Proton. We're picking up towards the end of turn 220. This is an endless duration game on endless difficulty, and we're playing Horatio, which is a standard faction of them. So, where we are at is we've declared war on the Cravers. For some reason I keep calling them Riftborn. The red guys, yeah, the Cravers, that have the Jade Onyx. Started with Jade Onyx, and so it was a tough start. Our starting system here had, I think it was zero fertile planets, if I remember right. Anyway, where we're at right now. We declared war on Cravers, and we're sieging the system Esther. And I moved my fleets already and played around with my populations. I have 15 out of 30 of the Mavros, so I'm close to being able to splice them. And you see I have a bunch of Mavros growing, so we're probably only a couple of turns, hopefully, from splicing the Mavros. I went ahead and queued up a couple more invaders and about 15 or 16 siege ships, so that they can come down here and help out. The siege is progressing slower than I would prefer, so they'll get down here, and I've already got a bunch of, you can see ships en route. Lots more queued up though. We got this research completed, the distributed energy, which gives 10% extra FIDSI, right? Food industry, dust, science, and influence. It's very expensive to build. It costs 25,000 industry, and also 10 of the orichalcics and 10 of the quadronics. So very expensive. I went ahead and queued those up all over the place. You can see even with the high amount of industry that we're producing, it still takes several turns to build these. And you can see where I've got additional ships queued here already. So that's what our build queues look like. Just kind of put a siege ship or two or an invader before everything else, just to get them knocked out really quick, right? They'd come out in one turn. So next turn we'll have, or when I hit next turn, we'll have a whole bunch of more little support ships to help out with siege and invasion. The stuff we're building at this point, you see we're still cranking out carriers. This one completed an autonomous administration, which raises the maximum number of systems you can occupy without suffering expansion disapproval. Duce and Lyra are both still terraforming and upgrading. Kind of some weird excuse me, a little bit of bugginess happens. You see I've got some open spots here where I've pulled population off into the spaceport. Nevertheless, I still have population ships that are not landing. That's a weird buggy thing that kind of happens. Not exactly sure why. If I can get my mouse in just the right spot. You see that one of them says this fleet is busy. That's kind of a weird message. I'm not sure what that's about either. Lyra's got the same deal going on. You see it has ships in orbit waiting to land. And I pulled population off into the spaceport, so there's open spaces. The population aren't landing. So I don't know what the deal is with that. The game, it's not quite 100%, we'll just say that, right? But it's still really good. It's really, really good. So these are the populations that are growing. You can see my populations on my systems are getting up into the 50s now, on the big ones that have 5 planets. 4 planet systems are in the 40s. 3 planet systems are in the 30s. It's roughly 10 population per planet, right? I mean, it varies obviously based on the size of the planet. So yeah, that's the stuff that we're building right now. This is a pretty good offer this time. It's almost tempting. 56 giga lattice is worth like something like 50,000. If I was to sell 10 giga lattice, it's at 11,000, right? So it's 1.2 thousand per. So if I sold 50 of them, that's probably the price drops as you sell more, right? But it would still be 45, 50,000, 40,000, 50,000 dust. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good offer. It's a pretty good offer. But if I were to take that alliance, then I would immediately be at war with these two, right? The United Empire and the Vodyani, which would skip ahead, and I'd be at war with these guys here, and that would put me at war with the Vodyani down here. So I would, have to start invading down here. And that would be a little bit of a distraction from fighting here. So, I think I'm gonna still not go for it, but they're getting more tempting with their offers. Speaking of Riftborn, they're still not at war with this alliance of 3 yet. They're still at war with this alliance, but they're not sending any fleet over here. So it doesn't seem like they're trying to take anything up here. Still the same situation here. Sofun fleets are capable of they got 12,000 attack, and they're not doing anything about the siege that the Vodyani are doing. They could easily take down these fleets, but for whatever reason, they're choosing not to. What else we got? We got a Mavros quest. Get to the second stage of Mavros population. So I need to get up to 20 Mavros. Well, that works out perfect because I'm trying to get to 30 Mavros, right? So I can splice them. So that'll be fine. That's if you do the sample choice. The other option is distract, build a medium attacker ship and a Mavros system, and that gives you manpower per Mavros for 20 turns. Either way, it doesn't really matter that much. I'm going to take the one that's more industry, and it's easier because it's going to happen automatically anyway. You only get the bonus per Mavros population, and and I know these Mavros aren't going to be existing very long as Mavros, right? As Mavros, they won't. So we're going to choose that one. Photobomber, yay! We intercepted the photobomber ship, and we get reanimator. So, I mean, you could see where it gives you 150 troop capacity on the system, and say you had the best case scenario, 5 huge planets, you get an extra 100 capacity per planet. So that's 650 troop capacity, right? On the average system, of course, isn't going to have that many huge or large planets, but you could see it has potential. It has potential. You might selectively put it in, unless you're just gushing antimatter and bursting at the seams and didn't have anything else to do with it. Then I guess you could plow some in there, right? And get a little. With SimCamp, 10% of your system defense counts as industry as well. So, an extra, say 400 or 500 defense is an extra 40 or 50 industry. Okay, Anti-Hero with 1,000 Faces, Part 3. We can either bring the ship to the Academy, or we can land the ship in one of our system hangars. Either option. Either way, the reward is we get the photobomber. So we intercepted him here, I want to say, right here at Columba. The Academy's here at Sylphi, so we could probably just fly it right down here to Sylphi. That's probably the fastest. It's faster to get it there than I could fly it to Lyra, I guess. It's kind of whichever one is closer. The ship has to orbit or be docked around the Academy system. I think the safest way to go is to just fly it to Lyra. And I could even do it a direct flight, right, if I wanted to. And that way it's off lane the whole way. And I have fleet guarding where it would end up. So I think I'll do that. So let's land the ship in one of your system's hangars. Okay, and he is here. Oh, now it's only speed 6? It's no longer speed crazy, right? So that would be... six turns. Well, we are at peace with just about everybody, right? I mean, Cravers are the only ones we're not at peace with, so that's 4 turns. Well, I already chose this one and not that one, so I'll just go ahead and do that. I already chose the 6 turn option instead of the 4. Oops, oh well, that's fine. That's fine. Cool. So we'll get a hero. Okay. Other things. So ticking on, we vacated last turn, and I don't really have a purpose. I don't have any systems that I want to colonize with that ship, so I'm just going to go ahead and scrap it. And over here at Mavros, it's 100% converted, and Mavros is 100% mine. We actually have full control, so I went ahead and queued up vacate system. So we're going to vacate the system. We're going to abandon it next turn, and that'll be the end of the Mavros system for now. You know, eventually these may get colonized by these folks over here, you know, my friends. Maybe we'll conquer them later, or maybe we'll recolonize, whatever. This guy, don't know what to do with him yet right now, so I'm just going to kind of let them hang out. The colony race. So it's not looking good for the United Empire here. The Cravers are only 9 turns away, but you see there is a food ship here with 409 food. So that could likely get them the win. And you see there's another food ship on the way. So looks like Cravers are going to win this colonization race. The United Empire did not get food fleets there in time, I don't think. Oh, looks like we have an interruption, so I guess we'll pick this up later. Thanks for watching. See you soon.